Oh snap! Oh, I don't have COVID, bro.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. I wasn't sure what the rules were.
I don't have the coof. What's going on? What is cracking? We got Retro Leo back in the movie dojo, hanging out with the Samurai Guy on the next Verbal Nectar podcast. How's everybody doing tonight? Leo, how you doing, my friend?
Doing pretty good, man.
All right.
Let's
Let's
take a
see
shot.
who. Oh, you got in the shot already. Well, cheers, everybody hanging out with us tonight. That's right. Woo, yeah. Just water today. That's it. It's rocking with some water. Leo's taking a shot. I'm jealous. Oh, man. Let's see who is here. Movie Dojo Army representing, showing up, being badasses. Who do we got? We got Jake Hall in the house. Severio. Tyler in the house. Piter YT. Oh, shout out from Indonesia. All the way from Indonesia showing up watching tonight. Oh, man. Could it be because of one of the films we're going to be talking about tonight? I'm pretty sure. We got Flicks, Snacks, and Knickknacks in the house. What's going on? Will Thorburn, the Asian movie enthusiast in the house. Justin in the house. Eric. Oh, yeah. Retro Leo. Why am I all of a sudden talking like an old commentator from the boxing from the 1960s boxing? Muhammad Ali. Oh.
Right.
I don't know. This is how I feel today. That's how it goes. Oh, man. So how was your weekend, my friend? Before we get
it was pretty good, man. Can't complain. Just got finished watching The Raid.
Oh, nice. Cool.
20 minutes ago.
Cool. Wow.
Yeah.
Retro bringing it always down to the last wire. Leo. Cool. Yeah. What we'll do is I'll talk about Interstellar first. You can talk about The Raid, and then we can talk about some fun other topics after that, and then wrap it up for today. But it's always great having you here, brother, and we can talk about movies and pop culture and all that good stuff. All right, man. So for those of you who have been watching the Verbal Nectar podcast episodes with me and Leo, we have come up with a new thing called movie challenges. Yes. So the last time we were together, he has challenged Samurai Guy to watch Interstellar, the Christopher Nolan sci-fi epic. And I've never seen it. I know. I've never seen it. And Leo's never seen The Raid. So I was like, boom, I gotta get him on I gotta bring him in. It's too long. Movie was it 2011 that movie came out? I think the movie came out in 2011. It's too goddamn old.
So.
Yeah. So but yeah, we're gonna talk about it tonight. And I have another challenge for you. Do you have one for me today?
I do.
Okay, we'll save it towards the end.
All right, cool.
All right. Gonna kick it off with Interstellar, man. So all I'm gonna say is off the bat, I wish I saw this in theater. I wish I saw this movie in theater, an IMAX, or just an epic, surround sound. I regret not taking Lady Fabula to go see this in the theater. I really enjoyed it, man.
Yeah,
I liked
nice.
it. I liked it. You thought I didn't. You thought I wasn't gonna like it, didn't you?
Yeah.
You were worried, weren't you?
Man. You're like, I don't have much to say. I don't have much to say about it. I was like, oh shit, he hates it.
Well, I don't have that much to say, but we'll get into a little bit here. But did you see this in theater?
I did not. I was a late bloomer on this one. I think I saw this like a couple years ago.
Oh, still, I mean, this came out in 2014.
Right.
So you're still way ahead of the game than
Yeah.
I was, literally last week or whatnot. So, but yeah, Christopher Nolan is very he's a technical wizard, and he's on a high level in terms of filmmaking. sometimes, which will, maybe one day. Have you seen Tenet?
I've not.
Okay.
Is that the one you're
maybe
gonna make me
maybe that
watch?
should be a future challenge. Maybe later down the line, that'll be a future challenge.
Yeah.
Um,
Man, these
as
sirens.
amazingly talented as Christopher Nolan is, and we enjoy the Dark Knight trilogy. I'm actually a huge fan of The Prestige. I think The Prestige is extremely underrated Christopher Nolan movie. It's really underrated movie. But recently, because of movies like Tenet, Christopher Nolan's kind of been getting the loves the smell of his own farts memes going around,
Right.
where he makes it so complicated and convoluted. And if you don't get it, well, then that's your fault. You're not smart enough.
Right.
And that's kind of the criticisms for Mr. Nolan recently. But uh, did we get that with Interstellar? I don't think so. We never finished Tenet. Maybe one day we'll go back and finish Tenet just to talk about it. We couldn't do it, Leo. Like we just tapped. We were like, we're not in the mood for this. We need something mindless. Lady Fat Blood had a long, hard working week. She's tired. She's like, I don't need this right now. But I didn't get that much in Interstellar. I think it was very well balanced. But the quick plot synopsis is, it's the world's resources are going away. Even the farmers are having issues with growing crops. The only thing that's kind of lasting is corn. And you have Matthew McConaughey and his family and their farmers basically kind of surviving. And you can tell we're in the not too distant future. And there's something about McConaughey's character. He was just kind of like, he used to fly for NASA, and he had an incident where he crashed, and he just kind of couldn't really get over it, and he became a farmer, and you could tell that's been bothering him. He's having trouble sleeping at night, and he just like you could tell that he's feeding his family, raising that corn, using his smarts to actually upgrade all the farming machines so to help other farmers out and stuff like that. But you could tell he misses exploring. You could tell it's in his DNA. He misses being out there and being a pilot and exploring. And one day, he has a great relationship with. Hold on a second. Eric says the saddest thing about Interstellar is that we got to see that last crop of okra. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I mean, great relationship with his daughter, and she's like her father. She's actually kind of smart, and she's kind of a adventurer herself. Now the son, who's later played by Casey Affleck when we go into the future, he's like, no, I'm a farmer. I'm good at farming, and this is what I do. What was making me laugh was John Lithgow. Man, John Lithgow as the dad
Right.
always seemed annoyed with something.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you do this. Did you do that right? I don't, he's kind of making me laugh a little bit because it's John Lithgow. He was always curmudgeon-y. But yeah, just let's fast forward here because there's a lot of topics tonight. But I will say, I really enjoyed it, man. I might actually go out and buy it in 4K. That's
Nice.
how much I enjoyed the movie. That's how much
Nice.
I
What'd you
enjoyed
think of
the
the music
movie.
score?
Oh, the score was great. Music was really good, and the visuals were insane.
Yeah.
They were just that's what I'm saying. I would have loved to have seen these visuals on the big screen. But to make a long story short, NASA, who's hidden, McConaughey and his daughter stumble across a hidden base of NASA operations, and they bring him into the fold. And they're like, "Hey, you know what? We have this plan to. We need a pilot, so you're the best pilot we got, and we need you to go out here and we're gonna throw a Hail Mary, and we're gonna shoot you guys through a black hole."
Right.
Interesting design of the black hole too, and even McConaughey's character kind of calls it out. Like I thought it was like they show it in the movies. He's like it's a sphere, which
Right.
was interesting. But he of course takes up the gig to try to save humanity because eventually, what not all of humanity knows, but just NASA knows, is Earth's done, man. Earth is done, and they need to find another place to move or start anew, which you find out a little bit later. That's when I really like the movie, dude. When you find out a little bit later, because you have Michael Caine, who's great in the movie as well. He's like the head scientist creating things. Uh-oh, I can't hear you. Leo's, you're deaf. You're deaf. What's going on? Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Oh my God, he's frozen. He's in the Leo's in the he is in the wormhole, you guys. He's in the wormhole. The wormhole. The black hole has got Leo. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. The black hole's got Leo. He's gone. That's it. That's it. He's in another dimension now. That's it. We're gonna have to move on without him. Right, hold on. There he is.
I heard you say the dimension part. That was hilarious. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Like I got a call and like all of a sudden everything just like went away. I was like, oh great.
Yeah.
So I put the do not disturb on. Hopefully that
okay. I thought you went in the black hole, bro.
Sorry
about
that.
Was it, Yeah. But yeah, so
sorry to
back
interrupt
to the movie.
Your flow there.
Back to the movie. Yeah, humanity's fucked. Earth is done. We need to find a new place to colonize and start anew. And there's this plan A, which McConaughey's all in on. The only thing that's bad about it is that he has to leave his daughter, and she doesn't take it well. And it's where they're going. Time is different. So by the time he sees his daughter again later in the movie, she's played by Jessica Chastain, who's a great actress. She's an adult. So time is different when you get into these dimensional aspects of the film, but they're throwing a Hail Mary, like fuck it. And I love the exploration aspect, but let's just take a look at some of the visuals here. This is insane, dude. Like,
yeah.
This is like this would have been amazing to see. This is a little clip here of them inside the black hole, and it's just beautiful, man. Like I couldn't imagine seeing this in IMAX, especially with that amazing score. Yeah, again, on a technical level, the visuals were fantastic. You know what I was thinking about watching this? I was getting that 2001 Space Odyssey vibe, my friend. Ever since you showed me the movie, I was getting that
I know, right?
I was getting that vibe for sure.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the ocean planet.
That was good.
Very, very interesting. I think my favorite character in the movie was my boy Tars. What y'all know about Tars, son? What y'all know about Tars, man? That was another very interesting design.
Right.
For an android.
Right.
Yeah, it was really awesome, man. It was really cool. But yeah, so when they shoot off for plan A, let's go. Let's try to throw that Hail Mary, go into the black hole, see if we can colonize somewhere else. And some people went before them, so they were trying to reach them as well. But really though, man, when plan B is discovered, and the movie got a little dark there.
Right.
That's when I was already enjoying the film. But when you get to that scene where, Jessica Chastain is she's an adult, the adult daughter of Matthew McConaughey's character, and she's smart too. So Michael Caine took her into NASA, and all these years she's been helping him assist him with plan A, which she thought was plan A. But right before Michael Caine dies, there'll be a little spoilers, not that a lot of spoilers here. He tells her something like he fails and he starts crying. She's by his bedside and he's like, I lied. I'm so sorry. There's only plan B. There is no plan A. Right. And it's like, we're fucked. Yeah, we're fucked. So literally NASA's really going to be the only people most likely that might make it off. Is that what happened? Or the first people that went were the ones that were going to make it, not them.
I don't think they were. No.
Right. But and it was, yeah, because she was just like, you lied to all of us, you know, the people that are
Right.
still working and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the music changed too. The
Right.
score got darker, and I was like, "Oh, fuck." It was a lie, you
Yeah.
know? But yeah, I don't wanna I'm trying not to spoil too much here.
Too
But
late.
yeah, it was, what's up?
I said too late. It's already.
Well, I mean, like, I'm not spoiling the ending.
That's
That's
true.
what
Please don't do
I'm saying a few things here. But I want your honest opinion. Honest opinion on Matt Damon's character in the movie.
that.
Yes,
Matt Damon.
yes,
I mean,
yes,
it was just like
yes,
I'm like I wasn't a
yes,
fan of I
yes,
was I was
yes,
say what?
yes, yes, yeah.
I'm sorry. I couldn't hear you because I'm having um it's I don't know.
I want your
I
honest opinion. I know you like this movie a lot, but I want your
yeah.
honest opinion on Matt Damon in this film. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was just, I wasn't nothing to write home about, you know what I mean? It's kind of a weird character. Um a lot of people were trying to like be like, "Oh, I wonder," because have you seen The Martian with Matt Damon?
I have not. I
I
have
think we
not.
talked about that, but everyone was like, "Oh, there's a correlation between the two characters," but there's not. But it's kind of fun to like pretend there is.
Okay.
That's the only cool thing about that character because he's legit like a space guy. Like I mean, and it's just really weird. He plays a very similar character in The Martian. But
Right.
yeah, I don't know. It was I was kind of pissed off. You know what I mean, Adam? As you're supposed to be. So
Yeah, I mean,
it was,
he's playing a dick, you know.
yeah.
Uh I don't know. I
What
don't know
didn't you
what it
like?
was. Something felt off with his
Right.
character.
Right.
Not the character, but the performance. Something felt weird. I
Right.
don't know what something felt kind of off with him. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. You know, he kept saying that in the movie. You know, so it's just kind of like I don't know. I don't know. It was just weird.
Mm,
It didn't hurt the movie for me. And
right.
Matt Damon's a really good actor.
It's a
But I
very
don't know. It just
forgettable part. It's a very forgettable,
yeah,
that's why I was like, oh yeah, like I don't even I mean, I have nothing really good to say about it, but I don't really didn't hate anything about it, but it was kind of a random part of the film.
right. Yeah. I mean, for characters like this, you understand why they're kind of bonkers.
Right.
Um, remind me, did he say how long he was there? Because remember, they woke him up.
Right.
It would make more sense because you know how the black actor that was with them that went on the journey as well. You could tell he was a little loopy because by the time they got back to him, time has passed. Was 20 years has passed. So
Right.
he's been on that ship by himself for 20 years.
Yeah.
So I can see him being a little loopy. That makes sense why you're loopy and you're kind of crazy. But Matt Damon's character was asleep. They woke
Right.
him up. It would make more sense character-wise if he was still kind of, you know, like he's been there alone for a while and he wants to get the fuck off. Because he wants to get the fuck off, but they just woke him up and he
Hmm.
just immediately wants to leave, which kind of made it a little weird. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like I said, it's not, you know, I'm sure I'm the only one that found it to be a little off with his character, but I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It doesn't really hurt the movie for me. But like I said, there's a lot to explain. I don't have time all day to do it. This will be like a 5-hour stream if I go into too much detail. But Chastain figures out a way to basically save the day. But really great performances all around from everyone.
Yeah.
You know, this scene in the movie's become a meme now, which is kind of funny. They
Yeah.
always use this crying scene for memes, which is pretty hilarious. But yeah, great performances from everyone. Great soundtrack, great score. Now, I will not talk about the ending. I don't want to spoil it. But were you fine with the ending? Did you like the ending?
Yeah. I thought the ending was good. It was obviously what they were, what the whole point of the film was. So, um, you know, I
Okay.
liked it.
Okay.
It could have
So
been. I mean, it was a
I
little. It was kind of like it was like, oh, okay. It was like I was satisfied with it. Maybe it could have been a little bit more like more mind blowing or amazing. I don't know. They could have done something that could have kind of like because the film was so good. up
Uh-huh.
until that point, and not that that point wasn't good or anything. It's just that you almost need like a very climatic ending,
Right.
and it was
It
climatic,
was
but
kind
it
of a
was just
quiet.
not wasn't as big
It
as
was
it could have been.
a kind of a quiet climax.
Yeah,
More of a let's figure this out, kind of a mystery box type thing.
right.
I didn't mind the ending, and this is why I didn't mind it. Now I'm sure, you know, sci-fi gurus out there will probably rip this ending to shreds, in detail, right? But and that's fine. I'm sure they're probably like, well, that doesn't make sense because when you go up there and you twist this and you bring it back over here, I'm sure they could dissect the movie like crazy
Yeah,
or the ending like crazy, right? But here's the thing here. Oh, hold on a second. Anthony here says Matt Damon stayed awake as long as possible till he was about out of resources. Then he went to sleep. Okay, so he was
Anthony
okay.
D'Antona
I know.
is
All
going
right,
out.
so that makes a little bit more sense. All right, thank you, Anthony. Um, here's the thing. Here's why I don't mind the ending too much is because you've basically introduced multiple dimensions with
Right,
multiple multi-dimension beings. So technically, you could do whatever you want. You can create whatever ending you want. Like, I don't think it necessarily has to make sense
right,
that
right.
much because you've introduced a realm and rules that we don't know and we've never been to this realm. We don't know what the rules are. So it's kind of like you could kind of create whatever ending you want, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So this is the route they went in terms of time travel and seeing, I don't want to ruin too much, but with McConaughey's character trying to figure out how to communicate. That's all I'll say. But I didn't mind it because I looked at it that way.
mhm.
We're now in an area we've never been before. We don't know how we got there technically. We don't know who's watching us, who's controlling us, who's guiding us in this realm here. We don't know the purpose of it. We kind
Right,
of do a little, right? Are they assisting? Are they assisting us? What are they doing? Are they guiding us to help us? We don't necessarily really know. It's up to the viewer. It's up to, you know, anyone like who's
right.
watching. So that's why I didn't really mind the ending that much because it's like, sure, right? So the ending could have been like, hey, McConaughey finds In and Out in space.
Right.
And he orders animal style 6x6 and he bites into it and then he has an epiphany. Ha! I know what to do now. Thank you. Right? I mean, you can literally do whatever you want.
Right.
Right? Look at Event Horizon, which is one of the most underrated sci-fi horror movies of all time. Basically, that ship went to hell and came back.
Yeah.
And that's why it's fucking insane on top of the ship, right?
Yeah.
So you could do literally anything you want with the unknown. When you're playing with the unknown, you could do whatever you want. You know what I mean? But I'm sure sci-fi enthusiasts could probably nitpick on all kinds of stuff, which is fun, which is what we do with movies sometimes. But yeah, dude, overall, great performances, great score, great everything, pretty much. I really enjoyed it for sure. All right, I'm sure I would have enjoyed it. I'm sure I'm gonna like it more than Tenet.
Right.
Whenever 10 years from now, when I go back and watch Tenet, because it's free on HBO Max, man, and I'm just like not in a rush to go back and watch it. All right, let's hear what Leo has to say about low budget The Raid Redemption 2011.
What was the budget on this one?
It was only $1 million. That was it.
What? How
That's
much?
it. $1 million.
Are you
That's it.
serious?
And that includes production and advertising.
That is ridiculous. $1 million?
That's it.
That is ridiculous, dude. Oh my God. Wow. I love this movie, man. I just
Hey, look at that, guys. Leo loved
literally
it.
just watched it, you know?
Dude, intensity, bro.
Yeah.
Intense.
Yeah. Yeah, from beginning to end. I mean, it starts out like a full on just like guns ablazing, like just crazy action. You know what I mean? The death scenes are like wild, and then it kind of morphs all of a sudden. It's a martial arts film,
Yeah.
Now the guns are tossed aside. Now it's a martial arts flick. You're just like, what? It's like action overload. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Some nice twists, and the characters are, I like the characters, and I watched it obviously non-dubbed. I watched the
All right.
subtitles, and as you should, and
Awesome.
man,
Yeah.
it was just
Yeah.
great film from beginning to end. It was
Nice.
really cool.
All right.
Definitely a good action film. I mean, if you're an action person and you haven't seen this movie, don't be an idiot like me, like I was for the last 35 years or whenever this movie came out. But yeah, I mean, I can't believe we took this, because I remember you told me to watch this a few years back. Like, I remember you said, like, you haven't seen this.
We reviewed both movies like 5 years ago. I don't know how long ago we reviewed both films on the channel.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm glad you enjoyed it. And now you've been introduced to Mr. Iko Uwais now. So now when you see Iko in other projects and other films, you're gonna be like, yeah, I know that guy.
He was the main guy.
Badass. Mm-hmm.
Dude, that fight scene at the end where it was like 2 against 1. I was
Mad
just
Dog, son.
And then the kill. I mean, I was just like, I legit when they got the kill.
Yeah.
When they got the kill, because he's kicking their ass, dude. Okay. I could spoil this, right?
Oh, yeah. Spoil it.
So they take a freaking, I don't know what it was, the largest shank you've ever seen, and stick it right in his neck, right? So he's like, he's like, fuck this, and he's still fighting them, and he's still kicking their ass. That's the funny thing. He's got this thing protruding from his neck. He's still kicking their ass. But then finally, they start to get the upper hand, and you start to see it. You know what I mean? Like, they're getting it, and they finally got him down. And that kill was like one of the most brutal, but like one of the coolest kills I've ever seen. Like, if any cool, I hate to, like, I don't know how that sounds, but I mean, for a movie, like,
a movie kill,
the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I was just like, damn.
And this one's always my favorite. This kill right here.
That one was crazy. That's where I just went, holy shit! Like, they are not messing around with these kills. The brutality.
Smashing the dude's head.
I got this whole movie. I got vibes of like The Matrix meets Mortal Kombat meets, like, there were so many things, because I was getting like this Liu Kang vibe, because in the beginning he's talking to someone. I don't know. He's talking to his dad or something. It's like a really, really short scene in the beginning of the movie. And he's talking to someone, and he's like, I'll bring him back or something. And I'm like, oh shit, it's Liu Kang. He's going after
Liu Kang.
I don't fucking know. Not the Liu Kang. It was just funny because it had this whole vibe of like they were leveling up.
Yeah.
The fights were getting harder and harder and harder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then there was this whole I don't want to spoil Squid Game. There was a parallel between Squid Game and this film that I noticed. And I was like, oh, that's probably where Squid Game got the idea.
Maybe.
I don't want to give it away. So
Okay. Oh, well, that makes me happy, man. Because to be honest, if you didn't like this movie, our friendship was over. That was going to end it here live.
Probably going to be done tonight.
No, if you didn't like it, it's all good, man. Everybody's different.
So hey, can you give me?
I would be surprised if you didn't like it, though, because usually
can
like
you
action
pull yourself
martial arts.
up big so you can give me 30 seconds to go grab my headphones and see if that fixes my sound issue?
Sure, man. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. 30 seconds.
All right, cool.
30 seconds.
He's got 30 seconds, y'all. Y'all start counting. That's right. Or that's it. It's it. It's over. He's getting booted from the podcast. Hey, I'm very happy Leo liked it, man. That's fucking awesome, man. Hell yeah. I haven't I'm trying to think if I met anyone that didn't like. You know what? There was a few people actually I recommended the raid to. And they were like, it's all right. And I'm just like, really? Okay, all right. To each his own. I don't think I called that person anymore. I think that was it's funny because it's kind of like, so what are you comparing this movie to, right? Like, what action movies are you watching to where they're so amazing that the raid is like, meh? Like, that's what I want to know. All right, let's see if we can bring Leo back in here.
Sweet.
There you go. All right.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my speaker on the phone, but the headphones work. So.
Oh, okay.
I could hear so much better.
Oh, all right. Cool. I'm glad you're good. Oh, here we go. Roger Ebert didn't like it. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, rest in peace, Roger Ebert. But yeah, we're just gonna move on from that. I'm not even gonna
Right.
address that. But yeah, it's very interesting. Uh, how everybody likes everybody has their movies are subjective, right? But again, what action martial arts cinema are you watching to where it's so amazing to where you go to the raid and you're like, that's what I want to know. Please fill me in because I want to
Yeah,
see
there's
the amazing action martial arts movies that you're watching around the same time in 2011. That's what I
right.
want to know. That's what
Yeah.
I want to know.
I mean, I definitely
Uh,
loved IP Man 1. When did or It Man? Remember when I used to call it IP Man? When did Eat
Ip
Man come
Man, I
out?
think, was 2008. I
Okay.
think. I think.
And that, I mean,
Uh,
that first one was so good.
yeah, man,
Um,
it's still the best one.
yeah.
But yeah, man, it's just especially around 2011. I think there was. I think there was a resurgence of, not a resurgence, but I think the hive mind of action movie fans were getting tired around this time of the same old, and they were getting tired of how action scenes were being shot and edited and fucked up. And I think we've been like this for a long time, but I think around this time people were like, thank God. It really came out of nowhere. This film came out of absolutely nowhere. And it was just balls to the wall intensity and action. And like I was saying before, just like old school, man, just like the 80s, son, and the early 90s, where action was real, son. And it was
Right.
like the humans, the martial artists, the stuntmen are the special effect. You know what I'm saying? You didn't need tons of CGI to sell me on something, which is, I think, around that time a lot of movies were doing. And
Mhm.
you had this small, low budget film that came out of nowhere and it
Yeah, you
changed
would.
the game. For 2011, this film changed the game and it put everybody on notice. Hong Kong, Japan, Korea, everybody be like, oh, Thailand, everybody be like, oh shit, we're gonna have to up our game. It really changed things. And for
Mhm.
5 billion years, we've been hearing about an American remake of The Raid coming
Mm.
soon. I mean, this has been like 10 years.
Right.
Now, so yeah, they're still coming. There's still a rumor of they're gonna do it here. All I
They
gotta
don't
say is
need
good
to.
luck.
Yeah,
That's
they
all I
don't
gotta
need to
say
at
is
all.
is is good luck. But yeah, at the time, it definitely changed the game. Very intense. I mean, look at this shot. Look at this shit. It's fucking
It's
phenomenal,
crazy.
man. I love this. Like just martial arts. And you go boom, boom, just fucking the dude's head up in the wall. I mean, it's phenomenal. Phenomenal
Wow.
stuff.
Yeah.
And introducing us to a new martial arts style that we haven't seen before. We have the style of Salat from
Hmm.
Indonesia. Like that's very new to American eyes. And when I saw this in theater, we were actually lucky to see both Raid movies in theater. The audience gasped, bro. They gasped. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
when I see Van Damme's Kickboxer, the audience cheered in the theater. When
Right.
when when the audience was watching this movie with us, especially the second one too, they were like, they never seen shit like that, dude. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So it's kind of like it definitely changed the game
Yeah.
for sure. All right, so let's go ahead and keep it rocking and rolling. Let's go to films we've recently have watched. What
You
have you
start.
watched? What's up?
You start.
Okay, I'll go first. All right, here we go. Let's get to it here. So, Samurai Guy has recently watched The Prestige, starring the wonderful,
Is that
talented.
Protege or The Prestige?
Oh, sorry, The Prestige. I still got The Prestige. I still got Christopher Nolan's The Prestige in my head. Sorry about that.
It's all
Thank you,
good.
Leo. The
No worries.
Protege. I'm still thinking about The Prestige. The Protege, starring the wonderful Maggie Q and our boy Michael Keaton and Sam Jackson in this one. It's really funny. I don't know how. I need to check. Samurai Guy needs to check how many female assassin movies came out this year. I need to check because you have, excuse me, The Protege. There we go. And then you have Kate. Then you have Gunpowder Milkshake. Then you have Black Widow. I know there's more, chat. You gotta let me know if the Samurai Guy is missing out on more. But yeah, there were a lot this year. I watched this yesterday, so we could just to kind of catch up for the year. It's entertaining. It's an entertaining movie. It's directed by Martin Campbell, who did GoldenEye and Casino Royale. Very entertaining. The good news is Maggie Q is great as always. You get some good kills. You get some good violence. There's some R-rated stuff in here for sure. Um, and Michael Keaton is a lot of fun. He basically plays the head of security to the big baddie in the movie. So Keaton's having fun playing the role, and he has a great back and forth with Maggie Q because he's trying to get information from her while kind of stopping her from getting revenge because her partner here, who kind of took her in, Samuel Jackson, kind of raised her up to be an assassin that only kills bad guys. How convenient. How convenient. Only kills bad guys. It's a little cheesy, but that's fine. You know, as long as I get some heads blown up and some decapitations, I'm fine with it. Yeah, so he gets gunned. Samuel Jackson gets gunned down, and she's basically out for revenge. Basically, that's the premise of the film. But yeah, some solid action. I like even Michael Keaton gets a chance to fight. He got a little fight scene. He even fights her. And I was watching him fight, you know, and I was kind of like imagining watching an older Bruce Wayne throw down, you know, like this older Batman throwing down here, and he's got the suit on. What, you know, I was kind of having fun with that. But yeah, it's an entertaining watch. It's not great. It's not a great movie, but it's entertaining. But my problem with the film, which I'm not going to spoil, is a certain character that you think is dead shows up again just to die later. And it was just like, why did we bother with this? So it was just like, okay, did I miss a scene that explains this person sacrificing himself? Okay, it was a little weird. It was a little weird. And I kind of expected a more climactic, because especially when you get a team up, you get this special team up where they fight where you think there's going to be this big shootout action climax at the end, but they went the stealth route. And then the movie kind of felt like there was 3 endings. I was like, oh, are we done now? Oh, we're not done now. Okay, we're still going. Yeah, so some things script wise were off. Other than that, though, it's a solid watch. You can sit down and be like, oh, it's all right. You know, it's got some good kills, some action in there. And like I said, Maggie Q is she's great as always. So next up is we got Savage from New Zealand. Any of you Sons of Anarchy fans out there, you probably would love watching this film. This is a very great it's not an action movie, but it's a very, very good coming of age, a fucked up coming of age movie where you're following this character as a young man growing up, and basically he gets into this biker gang here, the Savages, and this all takes place in New Zealand. And there's some brutality here. There are some little bit of some rumbles here and there. There's some knuckle up times to please some brawlers and fight fans, but it's not really an action movie. It's more a heavy drama. But performances are very good, very good. And yeah, it's more drama ridden than action. Just want to make sure you guys are aware of that. However, very well done. And there's some heavy shit happens in this movie, and it's kind of fucked up. But very well done. Very well done. You may shed a tear at the end. I'm not sure. We'll see. But very good, very good, very, very well done. And this movie has introduced me to something very cool, something they always did in this movie. So, so if you're pissed off at somebody, dude, and you just like, you know what, I'm out of here, screw you, right? Just don't say that. Just do this, right? And just go, beast fucking out. That is like one of the coolest things ever. Yeah. It's like you're just so disgusted with the guy you're talking to because he's a piece of shit and you're about to leave. You say, beast fucking out. Dude, it's so great. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah, that's my new thing now. I'm stealing it. But yeah, Savage was well done. And I got one more, and then we'll go to Leo's here. This, it's nice to be pleasantly surprised, taking a risk on a movie that you didn't even know existed. I haven't seen trailers or anything. But I came across the film and we rented it, and me and Lady Blood enjoyed it a lot. It's called Small Engine Repair,
Hmm.
and it stars John Bernthal and two other. Well, actually, there's a lot of good actors in here as well. But Small Engine Repair, it's kind of like it's a comedy. It's pretty hilarious.
Mhm.
But you have our lead actor, who's actually the director of the film. He basically goes to prison, goes to serve his time. While he's serving time, his two best friends that he grew up with, his two buddies, kind of took care of his daughter until he got out. They became like they're the second and third father in a way. So they kind of took care of the daughter until he got out. As soon as he got out of prison, as you see in this clip here, things are going well. Things are positive. He's back to working. The daughter's older now. She's, they have a funny back and forth, and she's getting ready to, look to go to college and stuff like that. She's still kind of in high school, and there's some really funny moments. There's a lot of funny back and forth stuff, especially when they take the piss out of each other. It's
Right.
pretty funny. And then something happens later in the movie, and you're like, oh shit, this movie's kind of turned into something else now. And I don't want to ruin that, but
Fair
it
enough.
gets dark later in the film, definitely. So
Fair
don't
enough.
watch any. Remember, this is a drama. It's not an action film. But if you're interested, don't watch any trailers or anything. Just go in blind and check out Small Engine Repair. Really, really surprised us. Phenomenal acting and very good movie. All right, that's what I've watched recently. Leo, what have you watched recently, my friend? Besides the raid.
One of my movies is, I don't know how much I can talk about it, but it's Ghostbusters, obviously.
Dude, hey, just don't spoil it because Samurai Guy hasn't seen it, but you can still talk about what you liked and what you didn't like.
Yeah, I can to an extent.
Yeah, go ahead.
Without giving it away, I guess. I don't know. I saw it a few weeks back. But I liked it.
Okay.
It hit
Okay.
it hit the old nostalgic buttons.
Okay.
All
right.
But I didn't like the pacing. The pacing of the film fucking sucks, in my opinion. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I don't without trying to. I hope maybe if I talk badly about it and then you go in and you'll like it way more than I talked about it, and it'll all work out. But I just didn't like the pacing. I was just like, fuck. I kept the way the movie started was like really good,
Okay.
And then it like things were starting to. It was like, and then it was like, I was like, it was like trying to fucking like start the car and start the engine again. I felt like it was like, so it would be like kind of slow, and then something really cool would happen, and then it would go back to being slow again.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And I don't know. It was just like there was just a weird pacing, issue with the film I had. But the nostalgia, for someone who loved Ghostbusters, I love the original films. You have to see it. You know what I mean? You're gonna love it for the, like I said, the nostalgic buttons it hits, but it doesn't do enough to save the film and for me to say, it was a great film. The ending, the ending is really, really good. The ending is really, really good. I know you've heard a couple people talk about it. And
I don't know what the ending is. I'm assuming I can assume what happens, but I haven't really heard. I stayed away from reviews though.
I feel like the ending is good. There's still an issue I had with the ending, even though, but it's worth seeing. But I will say this. Excuse me, because I just took the shot. Finn Wolfhard was wasted.
Oh,
I can say that.
Okay.
Finn Wolfhard is like a useless character.
Oh wow,
he really is. He's absolutely useless in the
Okay.
movie. You don't think that watching the previews, and it's Finn Wolfhard, so you're thinking like, he's going to be like a big character, and like he is a big character.
Yeah.
But he pretty much doesn't serve any. He could have not been in the movie. You know what I mean? I feel like, and it sucks to see him go from being such a badass in the first It film.
Right.
You know what I mean? He was like one of the best parts of that movie.
Right.
If you know what I mean. And so it was hard to go from that and then to see him in this, and there was just no discernible impact. He had no impact on the film. There was nothing comedic about his character. So it's kind of like, well, it wasn't that what was good about him in the first place. It was like his comedic timing. He was funny. He was like he was funny. He was fucking
So he was just
funny.
like just generic.
He was super generic and
wow.
And like I said, like served no purpose in my opinion. And that was the thing I had a problem with.
Okay.
And Paul Rudd was cool. There is a scene in the movie. I don't want to give away too much, but there's a scene in the movie about midway through, and you're like, "Oh, that's cool. It's kind of cool. Nostalgia." And then then the scene goes on and on. And on, and you're kind of like, at least I was like I don't need. No. I didn't want any of that. Like that. That's kind of dumb. Like I don't know. That's kind of how.
Let me guess. They it was a good joke, but it went on for too long. Is that what
it
happened?
was? It wasn't so much a joke as it was like a character that they brought back from the original films, and it was this nostalgic moment kind of thing.
Yeah,
I don't know. And so it was midway through the film, and it wasn't like a character like you'd think it was. It wasn't any of the main guys I'm talking about. It was like
right.
It was like this. It's hard to explain, but I was just kind of like, And then, I remember me and Michelle were talking about that, and that was one of the biggest problems we actually have with the movie is that whole scene, because if it had only lasted like say 30 seconds, it would have been amazing. It would have been perfect. You hit the button, the nostalgic button hit, but then this is what they did. They went like this. Let's push the button another 45 times. And I was like,
so there's a lot of member berries, basically. Eat the berries.
Exactly.
Okay.
And yeah. So, but I think the ending's really climatic, super climatic.
Okay.
And it almost makes you forget that the movie had those moments that made it not so good, because you're like, and so I remember leaving the theater just kind of like, fuck. Wow.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Because the ending was so climatic. And then, but then as we started dissecting the film more and talking about it, I was like, wait a minute, but there was that thing I didn't like. There was that, and there was that. And it's kind of like, so it can't, you know what I mean? Like it is more like a 50%, 60% at the most Rotten Tomatoes film for me. It's definitely not in the 70s or 80s.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
But that's because it's so heavily, it's weird. Like there's so much I like about it.
Yeah.
And then there's things I don't like about it. So it's,
So what you're saying is the ending's phenomenal, but the journey getting there was meh.
Yeah, it was like I said, there was really cool moments. And the beginning was really good.
Okay.
And it was just getting there. It was just like, fuck, can we get to the point? You know what I mean? It was kind of, and I don't remember ever feeling that way in the original Ghostbusters, even though like that film isn't necessarily like boom, 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 boom in your face with like special effects. Like it's a fairly slow flick to start.
Yeah.
But it wasn't, but I just feel like it was just constantly building up. And this movie was weird because you were building to something. You were building to something very big.
Okay.
But for whatever reason, it was just the way, like, the way they were getting us there was really fucking was really weird and choppy, at least for me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So you liked it, but you didn't love it.
Correct.
Okay. So you're like in the middle.
Correct.
Because OGP's like, fuck this movie.
Right.
OGP's like, fuck this movie. I hope this movie dies. And then Brendan, our boy, Wet Movie One, is like in tears, loving it. So you're like right in the middle. Okay.
Because I'm not gonna lie, that's the thing. I would say I teared up in this film.
Okay.
So it's one of those things where you're thinking like, oh well, I teared up, fucking 95%. Rotten Tomatoes. Well, nah, it was just like I said, there was some. It hit really well, but there was some misses.
Okay, all right.
And I feel like you'll know exactly what I'm talking about with the misses. You'll notice the pacing issues.
Okay.
And you'll notice that scene in the middle, and you'll be like, oh, that's what fucking Leo was talking about.
Okay.
So,
all right.
It'll be obvious.
All right, copy that. Ghostbusters Afterlife mini review from Leo there. What will Samurai Guy think about it? I don't know at this point. With Lady Fat Blood schedule, man, it's just at this point we're probably not going to see it until it comes out on Blu-ray or something.
Oh man,
it's just we're probably not going to see it. We want to, but it's
worth seeing it in IMAX just to hear the proton
Spider-Man, we
packing.
had to go. Spider-Man, we had to go see it, and I'm very happy we saw it when we did.
Say
But
nothing.
Ghostbusters Afterlife. No spoilers. We already did our spoiler review anyway. But yeah, all right. So, but it's good you're telling me what you're telling me, just to kind of that way I'm my expectations are even lower now.
Right, which is good.
You know, you never know. I might be like, that movie was amazing. You never know, right? So, you know.
And I will be ready.
Severio says he says I didn't feel that way watching it, but to each their own. I guess he was talking about the stuff. He was bouncing off what you were saying. I guess.
Like I
guess he
said,
was fine.
Everyone's going to feel differently about the movie. You know what I mean? But
yes, but Severio also really loved Snake Eyes too. So I don't know. Oh, we love you, Severio. Just messing with you, man. All right, so let's go do some other topics here. UFC 269. Boy, our predictions were off. Both our predictions were way off. I'm very happy we didn't bet any money. I'm very happy.
Right.
But yeah, dude, Juliana Pena. I mean, this is the past pay-per-view, big pay-per-view, UFC 269. Juliana Pena like really destroyed Nunez, man. Now, what do you think happened? What do you think happened in this fight? I have a theory, but tell me yours.
First and foremost, this was the fight I was most excited for. Like, this should have been the main event. All respect to Dustin Poirier.
Yeah.
Amanda Nunes is the fucking GOAT.
Yeah.
I mean, or she was up to this point, and she still is. She's going to avenge this loss, in my opinion. But what happened was I started to notice it right away, right when the fight started. You know, they were squaring up, but no one was doing anything. It was a good 30 or 40 seconds. You know, they were waiting for the other person to do something. And what happened was Juliana outweighted a Nunes. She basically was going to counterpunch her the whole fucking night. And that's what she did. She waited for Nunes to punch, waited for Nunes to strike, and then we just counterpunch with that big cross and I just kept seeing it, and I was like, oh shit. She's like, she's landing it. Okay, she's landing. And she just kept going like this. She was just sitting there like this. You know what I mean? Just waiting for her to strike. And then she would just throw the cross. And I was like, okay. And so then later on, I forgot. So what round did she finish her in? Was it?
I think it was the second round, dude.
Second round, yeah. So second round. So the round ends, and Nunes, you could tell, wasn't feeling all that confident. And man, all of a sudden, like round two happens, and she's just tired. Like, she not only looked tired, but for me, you could start to slowly see the confidence like seep from her face, and you haven't seen that in a few years because Nunes comes. I mean, if you look at how she looked when the fight started, and then like put it next to a screenshot of when that all of a sudden you could tell she was like, "Fuck, I'm getting."
I don't think I've ever seen it, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was like I was just so, and you just saw it drain from her face, and all of a sudden she's getting hit, and you can just almost start to tell you know, you can kind of go, oh shit, you could tell, you could see like she's about to get beat right now. And I remember thinking like this reminded me of when McGregor lost to Diaz that first time, because McGregor was on top of the world and Diaz came in, was not supposed to win that fight. You know what I mean? And McGregor was like the top dog, and then got choked out. It was the same. It was like poetic. It was poetic. It was the same way. You know what I mean? Got choked out, rear naked choke. It was the same thing, right? That's how she lost, right?
I'm wondering if it was. I'm wondering if it happened in the second round too.
Right. I mean, it was so
it's
crazy
kind of funny,
to see,
actually,
to see the champ lose. You know, it was the same exact thing. It was a parallel of their careers, of McGregor being as high up as he was in the hierarchy, and Nunes being as high up as she was, unbeatable in people's eyes, and then just I was just, I couldn't believe it.
Dude, we were screaming. We were like, holy shit. But like you know, I totally agree with you. But my theory is she couldn't bully her, bro.
Right.
Nunez is so used. She's the lioness, bro. She's coming to eat. You know what I'm saying? You know, rip some meat. You know, so she's used to bullying and coming forward, and she couldn't bully Juliana. She just stood right there in the pocket with her. She probably wasn't used to that. type of adversity. And she was like, oh shit, she's not backing up. And so people, so you had the MMA experts, basically the analysts, basically saying that she got baited into a scrap. And
Right.
so they're like, well, Nunez, they said Nunez threw all strategy. She threw away all strategy out the door just to kind of just stand there and just punch and be one dimensional, you know, instead of trying to go for other things, you know.
That's why I was saying it was like she just stood there and was waiting for her to counter. She outweighted her, you know. That's not a fucking term, but I mean that's one of the best game plans you could ever do.
So you feel rematch, Nunez gets it back. She gets hungry again. Maybe she wasn't that hungry.
Yeah,
belly was full.
She seemed like, I mean, she seemed like she was coming out. I mean, she seemed like she came out like ready to fucking kick ass. Like I didn't get any vibes like she didn't, but who knows? I mean, it was just a really good game plan by Juliana. That's really what it came down to.
Right.
And like you said, man, I mean, like you said, she just got baited. But
all right.
That's the thing. If you think of previous fights though with Nunez, that's why when I say she outweighted her is because in all these other previous fights, Nunez kind of waits for them to come out and strike, and then she starts fucking just bullying them. Right? You know, it was kind of it was like this weird thing where Nunez was waiting for Juliana to strike, and she wouldn't. She was just sitting there waiting for her, and then Nunez got impatient, and like you said, just was like, "Well, fuck this, let's just box then."
Mm-hmm.
And she, I mean, Pena was just nailing her in the face. She's got some power, you know.
Yeah.
But does she win the rematch? I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is she going to win the rematch? Sometimes a loss either breaks the person or makes them even better.
Yeah.
And just ask George St. Pierre, man. As soon as he beat Matt Hughes, he thought he was invincible, and he fought Matt Serra, and Matt Serra knocked his ass out. And then look what happened. He learned from that loss, and he's like, I will never underestimate my opponent ever again, and went and came back like a raging beast and destroyed Matt Serra bad in the sequel. And look, and then became undefeated after that till this day. So you never know. You never know. She might be like, I want some meat. I want some meat. I'm back. You know, I fought you on a full belly, but now I'm coming back hunting. I'm gonna eat you up, rip some meat, and bring it back to my cub. You know what I'm saying? So you never know what'll happen. We'll see. All right. So Dustin Poirier, man, do you feel bad for Dustin?
I don't know why. I wouldn't say feel bad. I mean, I was definitely rooting for him, and he's kicked some ass, man. I mean, even in the Khabib fight, like, man, he hit Khabib a few times. You know what I mean? I mean, he lost, but and, you know, just, you know, McGregor. I mean, it was McGregor's ankle, you know, snapped, so it wasn't like a decisive victory. But I feel like maybe he was just on kind of a high of all those victories, and then just came out. Maybe he was overconfident. Maybe he wasn't really fully prepped for this guy, because this guy was like just giving him some trouble. And
dude,
jeez.
Charles Oliveira, man, holy fuck! Like that first round was insane, bro. Like the pace. Both of them were fighting.
God.
That was insane, dude.
Oh my God.
And Dustin dropped Charles, I think, twice. And Charles still kept going. And then it was the second round was odd because once Charles got that takedown, he was just elbowing him and giving him grounding and pounding. And it was weird. It was like Dustin just laid there. It was very strange.
Right. Something was off. Like he injured something, or
he didn't say. He said he was fine after the post conference, the interview.
Maybe he was really scared to give up position to Charles. I mean,
it was a little weird. I don't know. Maybe he was trying to pull a rope-a-dope and make Charles tired or something. But he lost the round though.
Yeah.
And then they're right in the beginning of the third round, they're standing up, and he shoots on him and gets the rear naked choke standing, dude. At the beginning of the third round. This is insane.
Yep.
It's insane. So Charles is going to he's going to be hard to beat for a while. And we might have Charles versus Justin Gaethje yet next. We'll see. We'll see if that comes to fruition. But yeah, both our predictions were wrong. We were wrong, but hey, we didn't bet any money, so we lucked out. All right. Now let us go to Bizarro World. Are you ready to go to Bizarro World with me, Leo?
Let's do it.
Let's go to Bizarro World, where YouTubers knock out former UFC champions.
Oh my gosh. I mean,
you know, My buddy texted me,
Oh.
Samurai Guy ain't gonna pay for this garbage. My buddy texted me what happened, that he got knocked out.
Right.
Tyron Woodley got knocked out by Jake Paul.
Yeah.
And you know what my response was? My
What was that?
response was this. And I am not a fan of Jake Paul. I'm not a fan of Jake Paul. It's every day, bro. It's every day, bro. Not really a fan.
Well,
but
are you a fan now?
It's like, dude, all I gotta say is, Tyron Woodley, I hope it was worth the money. I hope it was worth getting that Rolex, son, and getting that big paycheck. I hope it was worth it, man, because
I watched that replay.
It's embarrassing, dude.
I watched that replay like 30 times in a row.
Did you see him? Did you see Jake call out Nate Diaz and Masvidal?
Did he really?
He was like, I noticed
is,
y'all bitch asses left the arena quick. He's like, I'm gonna fucked up Woodley, and I'm gonna fuck you guys up too. Something like
here's
that.
Here's the thing: is MMA fighters stepping into the boxing world is just stupid. It's gonna make MMA look bad in the same way that if a boxer just steps into an MMA ring after all of a sudden training MMA for a few weeks, like they're just gonna get fucking wrecked.
Yeah,
and it's the expectation that even a top level MMA boxer.
Yeah,
like someone like Nate Diaz, man, has got some fucking hands, dude. But let's be real, dude. I mean, I'm a huge Nate Diaz fan. But if Nate Diaz like stepped in the ring with like Canelo,
right?
I mean, Canelo would destroy him. I mean, it's
because that's they eat, live, sleep, drink boxing. That's all they do.
It's just
a totally different sport.
Totally different, and you can't.
There's kickboxing legends, like you bow to these guys.
Right.
And there's some of them that even they crossed over to MMA and they got murked.
Right.
It's a different sport.
Right.
It's a very different sport.
And boxing is all about that sweet science. It's all about, I mean, like I said, all you're doing is punching.
Yeah.
All you're doing is punching. That's all you're training.
Yeah. No elbows, punching, no knees,
head movement,
no Muay Thai clinch. You can't do any of that shit.
So when you're training for 12 weeks, punching, head movement, cardiovascular, that's it. MMA fighters, they're training, grounds, they're training jiu-jitsu, they're training, kickboxing, they're training this. I mean, you just can't compete. So someone like these Paul brothers right now, you have to give Logan respect right now. Yeah. Or Jake respect. I mean, am I happy about it? No.
Jake,
the dude has knocked out Ben Askren flat on his fucking face.
Yeah,
and he knocks out Tyron Woodley.
And it was a legit knockout. It was a legit knockout. But it's like I don't have to like the guy, but I do give credit in terms of promotion because he knows what he's doing. He has an athletic background enough where he can throw some hands in a decent manner. But let's be real, if Jake Paul fights a Canelo something like that, he's getting murked too. But he's very smart. He's very smart, dude. You got a guy, dude. My stand-up is better than Ben Askren's.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I ain't out of shape samurai guy right now. I can get up and box better than Ben Askren. Ben Askren's a wrestling machine. That's how he got all his wins in MMA. He didn't have to rely on his stand-up, So he looked like a duck in there.
Right.
I mean, it was just like it's easy. And Woodley, he was UFC champ, but Woodley's a wrestler.
Right.
Woodley's a wrestler that learned stand-up later. And he had a great right hand that knocked out Robbie Lawler. But that's not his go-to. That's not his meat and potatoes. So Jake Paul knows exactly what he's doing, man. He knows exactly what he's doing. So he might challenge Fedor, my favorite heavyweight of all time. And he might knock Fedor out because Fedor's got Fedor's chin is paperweight.
Right.
It's like nothing. So you never know. I would really be crushed by that.
Could you imagine?
But I'm just saying, he's not going to go after nobody legit. That's what I'm saying.
Jake Paul versus
somebody
Mike
in
Tyson.
Their prime.
Jake Paul versus Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson is what's going to happen. I guarantee fucking to you.
Oh God.
It's going to be Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson.
Do
And
you
Tyson,
know how sad it's going to see
oh,
Jake Paul? Let's just look at this photo right here. Let's use this as an
Yeah.
example. Everybody watching
Yeah.
right now, let's look at this as an
Yeah.
example. Imagine Jake Paul every day, bro, standing over Mike Tyson, who looks like that. Can you imagine?
it would be the smartest move ever of Jake Paul's career to make that fight happen, because he'll probably win, and Tyson's going to go for the fight, and everyone's like, what? He'll win? Guys, Tyson, look, let's be real. Tyson's, it's 30 years later. He's not going to fucking, beat up. It's just, I would love to see Tyson win, but let's be honest. That would be
that's
a
what I'm
shit show.
saying. We're living in bizarro world right now. This is bizarro world.
Yeah.
I
mean, Tyson's the best heavyweight boxer of the last 30 years, hands down.
Yeah.
But
did you hear about
he's 60,
did you
right?
hear about
Or
Jake Paul training with Khabib now?
Really?
He wants to train with Khabib, and I think it's American kickboxing team, I think, to work on grappling if he's going to transition to MMA.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would love Tyson to fight Jake Paul and win, though. God, just to shut him up.
I would like anyone to fight Jake Paul and win. I don't care who the fuck it is. I don't care if it's Bob the Baker getting off work.
Who's next? Nate Diaz, Conor McGregor. God, something stupid's going to happen. Conor is going to do it for $100 million or some bullshit.
God,
and he's going to get knocked out too.
Connor's going to kill himself if he.
Oh my God,
Jake Paul. Dude.
Oh my God.
That's what I'm saying. Happen. This is bizarro land.
This is going to be
bizarro land. Dude.
The next fight's going to be big. The next fight's going to be someone where you're going to be like, oh shit, but he's going to lose also. It's going to be.
But Nate Diaz and Masvidal, they're still under contract with Dana. They can't do any fights with Jake. But he's trying to set it up. He's trying to set it up.
Right.
But yeah, we had to talk about it a little bit here, guys, because it's again bizarro land. And I mean, I not that Tyron Woodley was a great rapper, because he wasn't a good rapper. He was better off trying to stick with the rap game and just try to release rap albums, man. At least he still would have had his dignity.
It's true.
Like I said, I hope the paycheck was worth it.
It's true.
I hope it was worth it, man. Can you imagine like him trying to start a gym, and you want to learn MMA and how to fight and all that stuff and defend yourself? Can you imagine going in there and you're like, oh shit, weren't you the guy that got knocked out by a YouTuber?
Exactly.
Turn around and walk right back out. I mean, it's sad. It's really sad. He was very. Think about this, dude. At one time, Tyron Woodley was talked about as being as great as GSP.
I know, right?
That was real talk from Rogan, from everyone. He at one point was being discussed as being just as great as George St. Pierre, and now look at him.
Yep.
Yeah, this is actually this is more embarrassing than Ben Askren's, because I think everybody knew Ben Askren was going to get knocked out. Everybody knew he was going to get knocked out, right? Everybody knew, because he that's not his thing, you know. So it is what it is. It is what it is. So let's go ahead and move on here, and hopefully Jake Paul does not fight Mike Tyson. That'd be really bad. As much as we want to see him get beat up, we don't want to see Mike Tyson like this.
We don't. That's the last thing Tyson needs to do.
Yeah, don't become a Woodley. Don't become a
Woodley
Tyson.
It's all right, not worth it.
2 more topics, and then we'll wrap it up really quickly here. Do you have an actor of the week?
I do.
All right, go ahead. You go first.
My actor of the week is going to be, You go first.
Me?
I had it at the top.
Okay,
of my
so
head. I apologize.
Samurai Guy's actor of the week. Last time I picked Robert De Niro.
Oh, that's right.
This week I'm keeping it simple, son. We're gonna talk about the legend really quick. Sylvester Stallone, baby.
Nice.
The legend. I mean, it's just this shot, this poster. This is Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
Epic, Titan, legend, Rocky movies, Rambo movies, Demolition Man, Cobra, Tango and Cash, Copland.
Oscar.
I mean, Expendables. I mean, come on now.
Oscar.
I mean, it's phenomenal. Phenomenal. Like one of the best, actor, and actually a very good dramatic actor if you give him the right part. He can act.
I mean, he could act in Rocky 1 and 2. You can see that man, you know.
Yeah, just fantastic. That's my pick of the week is Sylvester Stallone. If y'all don't know, if you ain't seen any of Sylvester Stallone's best, again, by all means, go out and this poster. This is it. Just frame this. I don't give a damn if it's Rambo 3. I don't give a fuck. Rambo 3 at this point is underrated in the filmography of Rambos. Stallone is an icon, and even till this day, Rocky versus Drago, which came out this year, was one of my favorite films of the year, and it's a very new. Which you should check out, man. You got to watch it. It's his extended version in a way of Rocky.
Is there a
4.
lot of difference? A lot
of new scenes, man. A lot of scenes taken out.
Okay.
A lot of the cheese taken out.
Really?
Yeah, man. Like the whole "Happy Birthday, Polly." The robot gone.
What? They took the robot out?
They took the robot out.
No.
Yes. So it's interesting.
I gotta see this,
dude. You know, at the end, the Apollo getting beat up in the ring is more brutal. Drago taunts him more. It's a little bit longer.
Wow.
The funeral scene, totally different funeral scene. Yeah.
What?
Dude, dialogue, everything. At the end, in terms of, like I said, taking the cheese out at the end, when they're going at it in the ring in Russia, you know, those couple of segue shots where they're brawling, and all of a sudden it cuts to Rocky's house where you see his son and his two bullshit friends sitting there in front of the TV going, gone.
Oh, thank God.
The speech at the end shortened. When the crowd's chanting Rocky, the Russian crowd chanting Rocky,
can change.
The crowd chanting Rocky, right? That's still there. But the what do you call it? The Vladimir Putin of the day, in that movie, him and everybody else, even the villain, all standing up at the end going, gone.
Oh, thank God,
dude! You got to watch this new version.
That scene. I hated.
You got to watch this new version, bro.
We are clapping. For the American
standing ovation.
It's so stupid. I hated that fucking scene so much.
Yeah. Gone. Yeah. So Rocky versus Drago, definitely awesome. But here's what's amazing about that movie is that Stallone made an alternate cut. He didn't replace the original. Because I'm nostalgic for the original, man. I grew up watching the Happy Birthday, Polly robot for years. So it's dear to my heart.
Yeah.
But you have both versions. You can enjoy both versions.
Right.
Unlike George Lucas that has completely got rid of the original Star Wars trilogy. And you can only watch the special edition. So this is good news, Rocky fans. You can watch both. You can buy both. So that's what's great. And I like these new versions and new editions that these new cuts that these directors try to do, as long as they don't replace the original. So you can enjoy both. But Stallone, bro, come on.
Very nice.
Cliffhanger. Come on now.
Very
Demolition Man. Look, I mean, it's phenomenal. All right. Who's your pick of the week?
All right. Well, I have one, sir. I was gonna pick one, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna save that for you because you'd be like, damn it, I could have used that one.
No,
I'm not. I'm not gonna save it for you. I'm gonna do it.
Do it, yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh shit! Wow, dude, that's hilarious. Stallone and Arnold, bro. I mean, come on. What were the chances of that happening, guys? That's hilarious. But yeah, go ahead.
I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger, dude. Look, my favorite films. I mean, obviously Terminator 2. Let's be fucking real, man. Does anything top Terminator 2? That movie was so good.
Yeah.
Oh man, and but I loved him in Total Recall.
Yeah.
True Lies.
Dude.
True Lies. He was so funny.
Keep counting, bro. There's so many good ones.
There's so many good ones, and obviously finally saw Last Action Hero recently for the first time.
Yeah.
Saw Predator and Commando with you. I think I saw Commando with you, right? I know.
Did you? I think you saw Predator with me. I don't know if you saw.
I must have watched Commando by myself.
Yeah.
I think I told
Predator
you about it. But I just Arnold was like, he
Running.
was so it was like something comforting about seeing him on screen. I'm just like, oh, it's Arnold. Oh, thank God. You know, like he'll save the day. You know. But I think my
Yeah.
favorite film of his though is probably Total Recall. I mean, even though Terminator 2 is awesome and True Lies, Kindergarten Cop. I mean, that's even a good film. I
Yeah.
mean, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
but Total Recall is like number one for me with Arnold.
That's your favorite.
I love it. Total
Oh,
Recall.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's
man.
awesome.
See you at the party, Richter.
Oh, dude.
As he throws his impaled arms down.
It's amazing.
It's so awesome. And yeah, man, he was just, you know, you gotta give, you know, a little respect to Arnold, man. Then enters politics. You know what I mean? Not many people like entered, like had like successful political career also, like Sonny Bono, maybe. Like I don't know how many other people have done that. Like I don't know, it's pretty cool of Arnold. I don't know. And he's still acting and he's still making good movies here and there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, and actually hasn't become a better actor himself. Also, he's actually improved.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's up, Jordan? We got Jordan in the house hanging out with us. What's going on, brother? But yeah, that's really funny, dude. I picked Stallone and you picked Arnold. How hilarious is that? That's a lot of fun. But yeah, great pick. Great pick. I mean,
thank you.
It's like, could he make a bad movie in the 80s? I don't think it was possible.
Trying to think. No.
I mean, unless Hercules in New York was early 80s, but but like when he hit his stride, Conan the Barbarian, son, and then after that, Terminator, and you know, I mean, he could do no wrong, bro.
Yeah,
like True Lies. I mean, it's nuts. It's insane.
True Lies and Last Action Hero might have been those last two movies though of his like that really good run.
Yeah,
I think it actually ended with Last Action Hero because what came after Last Action Hero for him was like Terminator 3 maybe.
Right.
And then,
well, I'm gonna give Red Sonja a pass, AJ, because Arnold's not the star of Red Sonja. That's my way out of it. Even though it's funny, if you look at the poster of Red Sonja, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger takes up the entire poster, and you can see Brigitte Nielsen down here. It's like it's her movie. But
I never saw End of Days or Eraser. I think maybe I did see Eraser.
They're not those bad movies.
That's when I feel like he started to like.
Eraser's legit. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
okay.
It was the decline was happening, plus the genre of action movies were changing too.
Right.
Like if you took the movie of Eraser, and if that would have came out in the 80s, that would have been a hit.
Oh yeah.
If that would have came out in the early 90s, that would have been a hit. The fucking
Matrix.
rail guns, bro. The rail guns. Yeah. That would have been a fucking hit, dude. But you know, their tastes were changing. You know,
I feel like the Matrix is what changed that.
I like Eraser.
You know.
Yeah.
1999. Once you see something like the Matrix, you're just like, how the fuck do you top that?
We got Red Heat. Look at that. Chat knows what's up. Red Heat.
Very nice.
Geeky enjoys Eraser. Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, yeah.
Very nice.
Compared to Batman and Robin, those movies are good movies.
Oh yeah, I blocked that from my mind entirely.
How funny is that? I don't even know
how that
Stallone and Arnold picks of the week. That's really funny.
Hell yeah, man.
You know what would have been really funny? Our last pick, when I picked De Niro, I think you picked Jim Carrey. It would have been really funny if I picked De Niro and you picked Al Pacino.
Yeah. You know what would have been funnier is if you picked Stallone right now.
Yeah.
And my choice was Michael Cera. Or some bullshit like that. Oh, he was my favorite in Superbad.
Hey, it's all good. Yeah. Hey, everybody's got their favorites. I would have taken it seriously.
No, he really. I was totally.
I know you're kidding. I know. Michael Cera. Oh my goodness. All right. Now we have got to the very last topic before we wrap it up for today. The next movie challenge. Here we go. All right, I'm going to go first.
Okay.
So, you've seen the first one, baby. You got to watch the Raid 2 now.
Oh, shit. Okay.
You got to watch the Raid 2, man. You got to do it. Stay away from the Raid 2 haters. There's a lot of people that don't like it. And the reason why they don't like it is because it's different from the first one. It's a completely different movie. Okay. And the director, Gareth Evans, is like, You want me to make the same goddamn movie again? Do you want me to put Iko Uwais in another building where you can't get out? Do you want the same fucking movie? Or you want the story to progress, right? So the story progresses with the same character, Iko's character, but now he goes undercover and it's a straight up gangster drama, bro. It's a gangster flick. So think of like fucking Goodfellas and shit. Like it's a straight up gangster movie.
Oh, I'm gonna love it then.
Now the actor who plays Mad Dog, Yayan, Ruya Yayan. I think I said his name wrong. The actor who played Mad Dog, he plays a character in the Raid 2, but it's a totally different character, so don't get confused. A lot of people were like, "What is Mad Dog still alive? What's going on?" It's a different character he plays. Okay, when you see him again,
right?
But it's totally different. It's not the holy shit nonstop action thrill ride the first Raid was. It's a character driven movie now. It's a gangster movie, character driven movie. However, when there's action, bro, you will be blown away.
Sweet.
You will say, holy shit, when there's action. Same director, same crew, everything. All right. So I'll just show you a poster here just to show you how different the second movie is.
Oh, wow.
Totally different movie, totally different experience. Straight up Goodfellas gangster drama. But dude, when there's action, bro, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. It's just as satisfying as the first movie.
Awesome.
Yeah. So the Raid 2 is Leo's next movie challenge. What do you have for me?
You've seen Casino, right? I can't remember.
Yes.
Okay. Fuck it. All right. You've seen Casino. I can't remember if you had said you hadn't seen it or not. I was like, what? All right. So my choice is going to be my second choice from last week. You got to see Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Okay.
You got to see it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Look at Geeky Andre says, when the shit goes down in the Raid 2, it is on. See, they know.
Close Encounters is in my top 3 favorite sci-fi flicks of all time, easily.
You know what's really funny about this?
One.
You know what's funny about this is that I'm recommending you another martial arts action movie. You're recommending me another sci-fi movie. Exactly. Hey, it's all good. No, that'll give me excuse to hurry up and watch it. Because sometimes movies just build up and it takes forever for Samurai Guy to get to them. Right. But yes,
I bought it for you. Didn't
we all love Hammer Girl. We all love Julia Estelle. We all love Hammer Girl for sure.
Didn't I buy it for you on Blu-ray? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Nice.
I have so many in front of it that who knows how long it would take me to get to it. But now you recommend it to me. Now I gotta watch it now. So yeah,
now you're fucked.
Let's do it. Yeah. Yeah. Samurai Guy has not seen. I've seen a billion movies, but there's a lot of movies that actually fell through the cracks. I've never seen Close Encounters of the Third Kind, directed by Steven Spielberg, starring Richard Dreyfuss from Jaws.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's a good film, man.
Yeah.
It's a good film.
All I saw was him making mashed potatoes out of something. That's all I see.
I just really liked how realistic it was.
Okay.
We'll save the
you want to talk about it now?
No. But I just want you to know that's okay. Going into it. Maybe you'll get that same vibe from it. That was what I liked about it. It was just kind of like felt grounded. The story. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good way to put it.
Hell yeah. All right, let's go ahead and wrap it up for tonight. Another fun episode of the Verbal Nectar Podcast. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out with Samurai Guy and Retro Leo. Y'all know what you need to do. Subscribe to the Retro One. Information is in the description box below. The classic channel. That's right. And if you're new here, subscribe to your boy, Fat Samurai Guy. Like, share, all that good stuff. Hit that notification bell. All right, let's see here. Fat Samurai is going to cause a Blu-ray avalanche. Maybe in the past, not so much now. Maybe in the past, though. But yeah, thanks again for watching, guys. And we'll see you at the next one. Keep watching movies. Keep enjoying those MMA fights. Occasionally, if you want to waste your money and go to Bizarro World and watch more Jake Paul fights, that's up to you guys. But we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Peace.
Peace.
There you go. Leo says it better than me.